Welcome back to Spotlight. I'm Edjuenka, and I'm here in the second segment of Spotlight with my good brother, Trevor Grant. Peace, my brother. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Everything good?
Everything good. Thank you so much.
Cool. It's my pleasure. Kiddies Fiesta coming up. Rotary Club of Roadtown. You're the president for this year.
That's right.
Every year you change a president.
That's correct.
Right? So, well, we want to talk a little bit about the history of the Kiddies Fiesta, first of all. But before that, how has your year been? You know, how?
Well, so far it's been great.
Under your leadership?
May I tell you, it's been great. Edjuenka, we started, every Rotary year starts on July the 1st. Mm-hmm. So I just started on July the 1st. And one of the things that makes this Rotary year also so exciting is that we have our very first district governor from the BVI. Good brother Vance. Exactly, yes. Exactly. So it's a big feather in the cap of Rotary in District 7020, meaning the Caribbean arm of Rotary. And
a feather in the cap of the BVI.
Exactly, and for our club as well, because
the Club of Roadtown. Right? Exactly,
because you know Brother Vance is a Rotarian from the Rotary Club of Roadtown. So it's an exciting year. The district conference is going to be held in the BVI next year, May 2013. It's always held where the district governor is his home city, his home state.
So we're bringing all that money to the BVI.
That's right. That's exactly right. So we're gonna have Rotarians from all over District 7020. This is from Jamaica all down to parts of Trinidad and stuff like that. So it's gonna be huge.
What month is that?
In May. May. Yes, okay. May of 2013.
Okay, that's May next year.
That's right.
So that's a big deal. Something to look forward to.
Very big deal. Very big deal.
Great. So you don't have all the logistics set up yet, like the date and where it's going to be held and all that.
That is in planning stages right now, and there's a whole different district planning committee for that because of the magnitude of it.
So what you plan for your year? What's your vision?
My concentration for my year is my key areas of focus is diabetes and the youth.
Okay.
Diabetes, both because they have personal meanings for me, diabetes as well as the youth. Diabetes is because we have a huge amount of our population, unfortunately, that suffers with the disease. Mm-hmm. A lot of it is either hereditary or through or
lifestyle.
Diets. Exactly. And I think in my year, if I can basically educate people on how the choices that they have as far as what they eat, and they need to exercise more and all this sort of stuff, I think it would build a more healthy population.
Absolutely. I mean, and that not just diabetes, but chronic diseases generally. Exactly. And you must know the statistics about almost 50% of BVI landers have one chronic disease or the other.
Exactly.
Which is a tremendous burden on our healthcare system and our costs on the treasury.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
And I think people don't understand that when you have chronic diseases, you have to pay for healthcare. And then you can't work. A lot of times you have to take off from work because you're sick.
Common sick.
But yeah, productivity is down.
Correct.
The business got to pay for the sick days.
That's correct.
You're not producing, and we got to pay for your health care.
Exactly.
It's a tremendous burden on the society, and I think we need to really look at how we could reduce the rate of chronic disease in the territory.
And fortunately for us, a lot of the diseases, they can be sort of stymied if we understand how they're brought on, and if we can understand what we can do to abate this.
How to maintain our wellness.
Exactly. Whether it's healthier eating choices, whether it's getting more exercise, whether it's going for walks, going for swims, drinking some nice bush tea in the morning, as opposed to coffee.
Exercise and diet particularly.
Exactly.
Well, certainly I could help you with the public dissemination of public information. So you call on me. I got Umoja and I got Spotlight.
Exactly.
So I'd be happy to help in any way I can.
Thank you.
You got that.
So the youth now,
Yes.
of course, you know, you're very in tune with what happens in the community. Unfortunately, we're faced with a problem with the young males, especially. Unfortunately, finding themselves on the wrong side of the law, and there could be multitudes of reasons why we find this. What I plan to do is basically to help them understand that there are better choices out there, and you know, some of them just need someone to talk to or to listen to, and someone to guide them in making the right choices, because they don't necessarily want to be, you know, on the wrong side of the law, but it could be they're having a problem at home. They could be, you know, forced to be adults before they're even, you know, kids, and they have to now, you know, find a way to make a living, and when times are hard. And I think if we can assist them to make the right choices by educating them and showing them that we actually do care, it can make a world of a difference. And I've partnered with Bishop Klein. He has a good initiative, the Save the Seed initiative.
Yes.
And we have discussed it on numerous levels, and he is gung-ho on helping me, you know, hold either a symposium or a seminar where we can invite, you know, young men to come and speak candidly, and we can listen and give you know, good advice.
Yes, and I'm familiar with that initiative, and I support that initiative as well.
Thank you.
And I always have my microphones open to those types of initiatives. You know, activities for young people too I think it's a good idea. I had an opportunity to visit the Technical and Vocational Institute in Martha's Bay, and I was so excited about how the young people, the young men in particular,
Right.
were, you know, we pass them off. It's like a school where you pass off young people because you say, quote unquote, they're not academically inclined.
That's correct. It had a negative connotation at one point.
It still has a stigma.
Okay.
And we are trying to eradicate that stigma, which I think is a good thing, and Minister Waldman is doing a fantastic job in that regard. But the kids who we put there thinking that they are, like we used to say, the old days don't see.
That's correct.
Right?
Yes, we used to.
That brother was telling me, listen, we need to get some car engines up in here.
That's right.
These lawnmowers and weed eaters,
Not
we
cutting
don't
it.
pass that.
That's correct.
You know, and they're all excited about getting some real activities, some real challenges. And I think perhaps one of the things that the society doesn't do enough of is give the young people alternative activities and
correct.
challenges to bring out their talents.
And you know, and it's funny that you said that, because not all persons, unfortunately, are inclined towards the, you know, the general book knowledge. Some people are very skilled.
Be a lawyer,
Exactly.
and be a doctor, or some necktie person.
Correct.
They like working with their hands.
Some people are very good with their hands.
Yeah.
While they might not be as sharp on the book side of things, they're very skilled and talented with their hands, and that is what the purpose was for that technical and vocational school.
Yeah.
And if we nurture that program, we could then make BVLanders into masons, plumbers, electricians,
mechanics,
and
even, you know what we also found, and not forgive me for cutting you up,
Yes.
and we got to get this.
We'll get you for sure.
But what we've also found
Yes.
is that it's not so much that they're not academically inclined, because in those fields you need the academics as well.
Correct.
But it's not so much that they're not academically inclined, it's that they learn the academics by doing it.
Exactly.
So they will learn math through measurements and fractions and all the things that they have to, you know, they got to get a 3/8 socket.
That's right. It's all measurements.
Yeah,
It's
it's all math. You know, they got to, you know, the carpenter, he's got to know what angle to you know, 45 or
Correct.
60 or 90. You got to know the fractions, you know, and they learn all that. They learn all the academics while they're doing it. So it's not that they don't need it, or it's not that they can't learn it. It's just a different way that they learn it.
That's correct.
And I think that's the interesting part of that we need to really pick up on and make sure that we educate them properly from the beginning.
Exactly, because you know, Adjuanka, that all ties into the importance of the youth and keeping them occupied in a positive way,
Yes.
so that they can you know, do positive contributions to the society.
And I think it's a great focus for your presidency.
Thank you.
and I wish you much success with it. Of course, I offer whatever help I can give. Feel free to call on me.
I thank you. I thank you. I think the Rotary Club of Rotown is we have a great membership. We're about 48 strong, and we're growing, and we have some very, very invigorated members, and I think that everybody's gung ho in making this year an even better year.
That's great. And the Kiddies Fiesta, this is your 19th annual Kiddies Fiesta. Do you remember? I think this started before you.
Yeah, it did, a little bit before me.
Do you remember how did the Kiddies Fiesta come about?
From what I gather, it was brought about as a prelude to the festival activities, because the people found that the only thing that was geared towards kids was the Coney Island. There was nothing leading up to the festival activities that the kids or the family could come out and enjoy as one unit. And of course, as you know, the family unit is pretty important, especially when you're celebrating stuff like your emancipation from slavery. I mean, you can go on forever about that. So Rotarians saw the need to fill this void. And it started out as like a family, sort of like a fun day, and as it evolved into the Kiddies Fiesta, where our main focus is on the kids. It's their time. This is the way that we as Rotarians say, okay, we're going to focus on the kids. We're going to have a parade for the kids. We're going to have a day for the kids to come out and enjoy the rides and enjoy the bouncy castles and enjoy the games and be rewarded, and have, this year we're going to do some little cultural give, like the lime and spoon race, and we're going to have like a piñata where you can get candy. It's a fun day for kids as we lead up into festival.
Bouncy rides.
Yes, oh yes. You gotta have those. You gotta have those. You gotta have those.
Yeah.
We also have the Enos Adams Primary School. We're gonna have a dance from them. They are actually members of the youth arm of Rotary. They are with a group called Early Act. And they're in London right now, performing for the Olympic Committee, and they're going to be performing for a Rotary Club in the UK as well. So when they come back, they're coming and they're going to be performing for us here in the BVI, and they're going to be doing that at the day of the Kiddies Fiesta.
And that is what, the Saturday?
That's this Saturday.
That is Saturday coming. Yeah,
the 28th. We're also going to have the grasshoppers. I don't know if you have been able to see these. These guys are incredible. I think they're totally underrated for what they have achieved. I think they're headed up by Patrick Harrigan, and I mean, they are wonderful. The jump rope.
They're the jump rope, yes.
Exactly, exactly. We're gonna have them. We're also going to have, of course, Showtime Band.
Yes.
Showtime Band, is one of our very own up-and-coming or emerging, local calypso bands that have been making some real waves across the Caribbean and even the United States.
Yeah, I think it just came back from Florida, where they had some tremendous success as well.
Yeah.
And why did you talk about the Showtime Band? We have to give the Showtime Band some kudos. They work really hard. They have a great body of music. They a lot of work. They put out a lot of work.
Very innovative.
All the time, all through the year. And now they're getting involved in sponsoring community events and
that's right.
and participating in community events. I think they making for a historic band.
Oh, totally.
In the BVI.
And Adjuenka, I'm happy to say that when I called one of the members, Atley Hodgen, I said, I'd like him to perform for the Kiddies Fiesta. He was very gracious, and he also gave me a break on the price, and it's things like that you look forward to and really appreciate. And we have the DJ Push Pop. We're gonna have the the characters. You know, we're gonna have SpongeBob.
And he again is doing a lot of great work in the community.
Oh yeah.
With the top 77.
Man,
tremendous,
wonderful,
tremendous brother.
Wonderful,
doing
wonderful.
a lot of work. Yeah.
I just give him one phone call and he's like, "Yeah, Daddy, don't worry, I got you."
Yeah.
You know,
that's Push Pop.
It's stuff like that. It's stuff like that, and I cannot express more gratitude for persons like him. We're gonna also have the cartoon characters that the kids like. We have Dora, Elmo, Barney, SpongeBob. You know, they add a really good feel to the Kiddies Fiesta as well. Some Moko Jumbies, the Prince and Princess, that kind of stuff. So it's gonna be a great parade.
Yes.
The parade's gonna start around 10:30 in the morning on Saturday.
You already got your troops lined up.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay, you got room for more troops, or you kind of got that hooked up already?
We're actually done taking persons right now, because all the costumes are pretty much gone. For the persons that have gotten costumes, they will need to go to an outlet called Uniforms and Things in the Scatliff Alley on Thursday between noon and 5, and Friday all day until 5 o'clock to pick up their costumes and get fitted for the ones that have ordered costumes.
How big a parade are you expecting?
We're expecting probably about 75 to 80 kids. And that doesn't include the characters and the Moko Jumbies and the other troops that are in there.
Okay. And that includes the troops and floats.
That's correct. That is correct, sir.
Okay. And you have a theme. Well, first, before I get there, you try to tell me what time the parade is going to be.
Yes.
Before I cut you off.
Yes, it's okay. The parade, the actual opening of the Norled Positive Action Movement Park for the Fiesta starts at 10 a.m. So it's 10 a.m. and it closes off at 7 p.m. But the parade starts at 10:30 a.m. We're going to start from the No-Lead Positive Action Movement Park. We're going to go past Scotiabank all the way up to Bobby's. Then we're going to make a left and go down back. We're going to go down the highway, past Side Department Store, past Simply Delicious, past Umi, and we make a left at the light back to the park. Yes.
Okay, you're just going around that circle.
Exactly.
Right
Exactly.
Okay. And you have food. You're gonna have food on the ground as well.
Definitely.
Just all kinds of food.
We're gonna have fried fish
and so on.
Yeah, man. We have fried fish, rice and peas, hamburgers, hot dogs, Johnny cake. You know,
a lot of fun for the family.
Yeah, man. It's a big thing. You know, it's great. It's great. There's gonna be soft drinks, of course, water to cool everybody off, and this is also a fundraising activity as well. So all the money that is raised during this goes back into the community, and this is just one of the events that we put on, and this is all possible through sponsorship.
Okay, cool. You want to mention the sponsors?
Oh, definitely. I would like to give a huge kudo to the government of the British Virgin Islands, and in particular the Minister of Education and Culture, Mr. Myron Walwyn. That when we spoke, he was all in support of this initiative because he knows of the work that Rotary does. He knows it's for the children, and he had no problem at all in supporting us. Persons like Hunt & Co., VP Bank, Harney's, Alfonso Warner Insurance. You know, these are the guys that always give.
Come up here after year.
Yeah, man. We want to say a hearty thank you to these people because without them it couldn't be possible.
Yeah. I noticed you got an interesting theme, peace through service.
Yes.
Talk us a little bit about that. Explain that for us.
Every Rotary year, there's the Rotary International President, because they change every year as well. They have an international theme. So the theme for this Rotary year is Peace Through Service. And this was coined by the president of Rotary International right now. His name is Mr. Sakuji Tanaka. So basically that is the theme for this year. So basically all that we do, we should revolve around
that theme.
Yes, and at least one project during a Rotary year should be focused on that specific thing, which is peace.
Okay, and when you talk about peace through service, how does that work in the minds of Rotarians?
Okay, basically what that is telling us is that whatever we do in our volunteer service should bring some sort of peace or relief to someone else. On an international level, when we look at any way that somewhere in the world is being affected by conflict or strife, whether it's economically or just by people being oppressed, whatever little thing that we can do, whether it's sending money to a country that has no water, for example, and there might be a fight for the little water resources that are there. By us providing funds to build a well or build a school, we're educating a populace. We're giving them access to something that is a life need. And even if we can contribute to, in some small way, to bringing peace to a
so you have
country.
to reduce conflict
Exactly.
by having these things that's available.
Necessities, exactly, basic necessities.
Educate people not to fight.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's interesting, and again, you have the fiesta is going to come up on the 28th.
Yes.
And it starts what time in the morning?
10.
It starts at 10.
Mm-hmm.
And we want all the troops and everybody to gather at the Noah Lloyd Park
Definitely.
at 10 o'clock.
Definitely.
So you'll be lining up from there and going up to around Bobby's and come back around Waterfront Drive and come down Admin Drive and back into the park, where it's going to be all kinds of fun.
All kinds of good fun.
Yeah.
All kinds of good fun. We also have some sponsorships from the guys from the BMSA who are just here actually.
Yes.
They have actually donated 2 of their supercars to play music for the parade.
Okay.
As well. So we want to say big thanks to Roy and the guys from the BMSA.
So they're going to be driving their dressed up cars.
Yep. And playing music. Some of these vehicles, Adrianka, have some serious music in them.
Serious somebody.
So they've been very kind enough to donate some 2 vehicles to play music for the parade.
Is Rotary going to have any other role in the Emancipation Celebration this year?
Yes, our youth arm, our Interact group is going to have a float, because they're celebrating their 10th year in service in the BVI. Mm-hmm. So they're going to have a float, and basically they're going to be having almost like a membership drive as well. Interact is the one of the youth arms of Rotary, and it's like the teenagers. Mm-hmm. So if persons that are in the teens want to get out there and become involved in volunteerism and community service, Interact is one of the ways to do this. And they're going to have something in the
parade.
That's correct, sir.
Yes. We're going to take a break for word from our sponsors. We have about 15 minutes or so remaining, 10 or 15 minutes remaining. Anybody want to call, the numbers will come up on the screen when we come back from the break, and we'll talk some more about Rotary and the Kiddies Fiesta coming up on the 28th, this Saturday, 28th of July. Keep it locked right in the Spotlight. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Spotlight is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Tortola Concrete Limited, Gilbert's Painting Contractors, and CCT Global Communications.
Welcome back to Spotlight. I'm Adrian. I'm here with Trevor Grant. He's the president of Rotary of Rotown, one who's initiated the Kiddies Fiesta some 19 years ago, and the Kiddies Fiesta is coming up this Saturday, the 28th of July, starting 10 o'clock at 10:30. Well, meet at 10 o'clock in the Noah Lloyd Positive Action Movement Park, and got a lot going on, a lot of fun activities going on in the park. We're gonna have Showtime Band, DJ Push Pop, a lot of food, hot dogs, burgers, rice and peas, fish and fungi, egg and spoon.
Lemon spoon race,
Lemon spoon race. A lot of cultural events. It's going to be a family fun day. family fun day, and we want the whole family to come out, the kids participate in the parade, everybody come back to the park and have a great time, bouncy rides, and all the cartoon characters dressed up in their costumes, take pictures with the kids. And,
that's correct.
And it's going to be a great fun time, and you're going to get an opportunity to see one of those fancy cars that we just talked about in the
BMSA.
Yes. Yeah, BMSA. A couple of those cars are going to be supplying some music of their fabulous sound system. So don't miss this. This is going to be a bigger Kiddie Fiesta than we've seen in past years. Seems so to me.
We're excited.
Yeah. Now, Rotary has been doing a lot of things. I mean, Rotary is perhaps one of the greatest service organizations in the world.
It's actually the world's largest, yes.
Yes. And you have the Rotary Foundation. I think people need to know a little bit about that, what the goals, some of its accomplishments, what the things that it does. So for the time we have, left, you could talk a little bit about that. Also, if anybody wants to call or send us a text, the number's on the screen. So feel free whenever you like. Rotary Foundation.
In a small nutshell, the Rotary Foundation is a foundation that's put together by donations that is given from every Rotarian every year. We have a commitment as Rotarians to donate X amount of dollars. The Rotary Foundation does not say that you have to donate, whether it's $200 every year or whatever. They leave that up to the Rotarian, but they do expect that you donate something to the Rotary Foundation every year. And with this money, it is pooled, and with this pool of money, what they do is they save this and they use this for dissemination to the clubs when they want to do large-scale projects, but don't have all the financial resources to do it. So you have to apply to the foundation to get a grant and the like. So we have done this for water projects. We've done this for the equipment that we just donated to the Enos Adams School, where we just donated nice swings and the playground. We've done this for disease prevention. Right now, the foundation has partnered with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and close to 1 million Rotarians have donated approximately $800 million towards the eradication of polio. We've joined hands with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to eradicate the world of polio. We're getting close. I think there's only 3 countries left, and
there's only 3 countries that persons still have polio.
That's right. Oh, that is right.
That's a good accomplishment.
Right. It's huge. It is huge, and it's a great accomplishment. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation have donated close to $355 million
to that project.
Exactly.
Now, is that something that just the club itself, is that a foundation the club itself have access to, persons in the society and the community can access those funds for a community project as well?
It's just a club.
Okay.
It's just a club. So what the presidents are charged with, and the district governors are charged with is just assessing the community's needs. And so that's why in your Rotary year you need to make sure that you see what the needs of the community are, so that you can fulfill this through your year. So
and this is your year. It's your year as a president, and so you're in the process right now of seeing what you can get from that fund to donate to the BVI based on what you perceive the needs to be. Have you determined the BVI needs?
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. The Rotary Club of Rotown, one of its signature donations has been the donation of the dialysis units.
Yes.
And we're going to do that again because, believe it or not, unfortunately, I think there's probably about close to 12 dialysis machines down at the hospital, and there's still waiting, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
that continues to be a major problem.
That's correct.
To be a major problem. Yeah.
That is correct. We're also going to be doing some playground equipment for one school, and we found that playground equipment is a worthwhile investment because it gets kids outside, it gets kids to interact, it gets them exercising, and it gets kids to appreciate what we have here. And we did one for Enos Adams last year because they're an adopted school. We also do a lot with another adopted school is Eslyn Henley Richey, which is the learning center for kids that unfortunately
special kids.
Exactly. But we make sure that we donate to them. We do dictionaries to all the primary school kids in all of the BVI. We do roundabout lighting for the holiday season. We do a health expo, which we're going to be doing next February, headed up by past President Norman Vanterpool. So we try to fit a lot in the year, and everything that we do, we make sure that we give back to the community.
How does one become a member of the Rotary Club?
We meet, the Rotary Club of Rotown meets every Tuesday at the Moorings. From 12 until 2 p.m. You can contact myself, and you can just come to a meeting if you like. If you know a Rotarian, talk to them and let them tell you what's involved in becoming a Rotarian. We are very happy to accept new members into the Rotary Club because one member helps us spread the word and the goodwill that we always do.
Do you have to come from any special family?
Not at all. We please we accept anybody, because once you come with the heart and determination to work, because it's a lot of work.
Yes.
Once you come with the determination to work and give back to the community, we're going to accept you with open arms. You could have a good last name, bad last name, indifferent last name, or I don't care.
But Rotary Club, one of the challenges with Rotarians, I think, is people think that it's an elitist club, and
not the least.
And you have to have a certain level of everything in order to be a part. So you're dispelling that notion right away.
It is a crazy myth, and I would be foolish if I stop here and I said that there is not a financial obligation. There is a financial obligation. You have to pay for lunches every Tuesday, and you have to pay for something called Every Rotarian every year that goes to the foundation, and you also have to pay for membership. But these things, those two bills, the last every Rotarian every year and sustaining membership, probably about $250 a year. Your lunches,
and it all goes back to the community.
It all goes back to the community. It all goes back to the community.
So before entering the clock, so before you go, just make a last appeal for coming to the Kiddies Fiesta. Then anybody want to contact you, give a number or anything like that.
Sure. I just want to say thank you to the general public, because without your support, the work that Rotary does could not have been possible. I mean, we have gotten tremendous support, and we want to thank every member of the community that supports the work that Rotary does, because what we do was just as good as what the community does. We have an annual cash raffle every year. That's going to be again this year. That money helps us to do a lot of the community stuff that we do. But the community has given us some great support, and I'm appealing to everybody to come out on Saturday for the Kiddies Fiesta from 10 to 7 and just have a good time. And we just want to say thank you so much for all the support, and thank you, Mr. Edjuenka, for having me on the show. It's wonderful.
It's been my pleasure, and so I'm always glad to help. Thank you, and all the best.
Thank you so much.
Presidency for the year.
Thank you very much.
Cool. Spotlight will be shining again on August 14th after the celebration of our Emancipation Proclamation abolishing the enslavement of our African ancestors. So celebrate with solemnity and exuberance. And you can catch all the spotlights on jtvlive.net at your convenience. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your words of encouragement. You can continue to email us at jtvspotlight@yahoo.com. I'm Edjuenka, reminding you that when the spotlight is on, you see the facts. Peace and blessings.
This program is sponsored by the law firm of J.S. Archibald & Co. and by the trust company J.S. Archibald Trust Services Limited, both of Roadtown, Tortola, BVI.